Hello there, friends. Thank you for joining me today on this journey to better health and more vibrant living. I'm truly delighted to connect with you about something that matters deeply to each and every one of us, our health and well-being as we navigate our golden years. Today, I want to talk with you about something I've learned through years of research and working with thousands of seniors just like you. The remarkable power of smart movement, essential daily habits, and understanding the signals your heart is sending you. You know, when I was in medical school years ago, we were taught that aging inevitably brings decline. But modern science has shown us something remarkable. The choices we make every single day can dramatically influence how we age. The truth is, your body is listening to everything you do, and it's never too late to make positive changes. I've seen 75-year-olds with the cardiovascular fitness of people decades younger, and I've met 65-year-olds struggling with health challenges that could have been prevented. The difference often comes down to understanding what truly works for our maturing bodies. Today, I'm going to share 7 crucial insights that could transform your understanding of exercise, energy, and heart health after 70. These aren't just theories, they're practical wisdom backed by science and experience. So let's dive in together and discover how you can thrive in this beautiful chapter of life. 7 key insights for thriving after 70. 1. The quality of movement matters more than quantity. Contrary to what you might have heard, exercise after 70 isn't about logging endless miles or pushing yourself to exhaustion. In fact, excessive high-impact exercise without proper recovery can actually increase inflammation and oxidative stress in your body. Take my former patient Margaret, for example. At 72, she prided herself on walking 5 miles every single day, rain or shine. Despite her dedication, she was experiencing increasing joint pain, fatigue, and wasn't seeing improvements in her health markers. Her inflammation levels were actually rising. Compare that to Robert, who, at 78, adopted a more balanced approach. 3 days a week he does 20-30 minutes of moderate walking. On alternate days he practices Tai Chi and gentle strength training. Once a week he swims. Robert's varied routine has resulted in better balance, increased energy, and improved cardiovascular markers with less overall exercise time than Margaret. What's the difference? Quality and variety of movement matter tremendously. Your body thrives on different types of movement that challenge various systems without overwhelming any one of them. Actionable advice. Aim for 150 minutes of moderate exercise weekly, but divide it among different activities. Include walking, especially in nature, water-based exercises that remove joint pressure, gentle strength training to preserve muscle mass, balance exercises like Tai Chi or simple standing practice, stretching to maintain flexibility. Remember, consistency trumps intensity at this stage of life. And always listen to your body. Exercise should energize you, not deplete you. 2. Heart rate variability. Your body's hidden intelligence. One of the most overlooked indicators of heart health and overall well-being is something called heart rate variability, or HRV. This measures the variation in time between each heartbeat and offers profound insights into your nervous system's health. Let me introduce you to Walter, who at 82 was concerned because his resting heart rate seemed perfectly steady at 72 beats per minute. While this might sound ideal, we discovered his HRV was very low, meaning his heart was beating like a metronome without the natural variations that indicate adaptability. Meanwhile, Eleanor, aged 75, had a similar resting heart rate but much higher HRV. Her heart showed healthy variations between beats, speeding up slightly with inhalation and slowing with exhalation. This flexibility reflected a well-balanced autonomic nervous system. With simple breathing practices and moderate exercise, Walter was able to significantly improve his HRV over just 3 months, and with it came better sleep, improved energy, and a greater sense of calm. Actionable advice. You can improve your HRV by practicing slow breathing. Aim for 6 breaths per minute for 5 to 10 minutes daily. Getting adequate quality sleep. Staying hydrated. managing stress through mindfulness practices, avoiding excessive alcohol and maintaining healthy blood sugar levels. Many smartwatches now measure HRV, or you can simply practice deep, slow breathing daily, which naturally enhances this important marker. 3. The overnight recovery window. Your healing time. What happens while you sleep might be even more important than what you do during your waking hours, especially after 70. Your body performs critical repair processes during sleep that simply cannot happen while you're awake. Consider the experience of James, who, at 73, prided himself on needing only 5 hours of sleep. He exercised regularly and ate reasonably well, but couldn't understand why he felt increasingly foggy and his blood pressure remained elevated despite medication. Contrast that with Doris, age 77, who prioritizes 7-8 hours of quality sleep nightly. Despite having overcome a heart condition years earlier, her cognitive function remains sharp, her inflammatory markers are low, and her energy levels rival those of much younger individuals. Research has shown that during deep sleep, your body clears waste from brain tissue, repairs blood vessels, balances hormones, and strengthens immune function. Without sufficient sleep, these processes remain incomplete, accelerating the aging process. Actionable advice. Create a consistent sleep schedule, going to bed and rising at the same time. Make your bedroom a cool, dark sanctuary free from electronics. Avoid caffeine after noon and limit alcohol, which disrupts deep sleep. Consider a small dose of magnesium glycinate before bed, after checking with your doctor. If you wake during the night, practice gentle breathing rather than checking the time. Remember, quality sleep isn't a luxury, it's fundamental medicine for your heart and brain. 4. Protein timing. The overlooked energy secret. After 70, our bodies face a challenge called anabolic resistance. We simply don't process protein as efficiently as we once did. This can lead to muscle loss, energy depletion, and increased frailty. However, knowing how to navigate this change can make a tremendous difference. Let me tell you about Thomas, who, at 76, was eating a reasonable diet with adequate total protein, but concentrated mostly at dinner. Despite this, he was experiencing noticeable muscle loss and afternoon energy crashes. Compare that to Elaine, age 81, who distributes her protein intake throughout the day, ensuring she gets about 25-30 grams at each meal, starting with breakfast. Her muscle mass has remained remarkably stable, her energy is consistent throughout the day, and her overall resilience is impressive. Research has shown that spreading protein consumption throughout the day triggers muscle synthesis more effectively than consuming the same amount in one large meal. Actionable advice. Aim for 25-30 grams of quality protein at each meal, about the size of your palm. Start your day with protein-rich foods like eggs, Greek yogurt, or a smoothie with protein. Include protein with mid-afternoon snacks to prevent evening fatigue. Consider easy options like hard-boiled eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, or a small serving of fish or chicken. Plant proteins like lentils, beans, and nuts are beneficial, but may need to be consumed in larger quantities to meet your needs. This simple shift in when you consume protein can significantly impact your energy, strength, and overall vitality. 5. Heart rate zones. Finding your personal exercise sweet spot. Exercising at the right intensity for your individual heart is crucial after 70. Working too hard can create excessive stress, while not challenging yourself enough may limit benefits. Consider Harold, who, at 74, still pushed himself to keep up with his 60-year-old exercise group. His heart rate would frequently spike to 85–90% of his maximum, leaving him exhausted rather than energized. Over time, he developed arrhythmias and actually lost fitness. Contrast this with Patricia, age 79, who discovered her personal sweet spot for exercise intensity. Using a simple heart rate monitor, she learned to stay primarily in her moderate zone, about 60–70% of maximum heart rate, occasionally including short intervals at higher intensity, followed by complete recovery. Her approach has resulted in steady improvements in fitness without the setbacks Harold experienced. Your optimal heart rate zones change as you age, and honoring these shifts is a sign of wisdom, not weakness. Actionable advice. A basic formula for estimating maximum heart rate is 220 minus your age, though this is just an approximation. For most exercise, aim to work at 60–70% of this maximum. Invest in a simple heart rate monitor, or use the talking test. You should be able to speak in short sentences while exercising. Include brief moments of greater effort, like walking uphill, followed by longer recovery periods. Pay attention to how you feel 2 hours after exercise and the next morning. You should feel energized, not depleted. Remember, the ideal exercise leaves you feeling better afterward, not worse. Your body will tell you what it needs if you listen carefully. 6. Silent inflammation, the hidden heart risk. One of the most important heart health indicators receives too little attention. Chronic, low-grade inflammation. Often called silent inflammation, this underlying fire can damage blood vessels and heart tissue without obvious symptoms, until significant harm has occurred. Let me share the story of William, who at 72 had perfect cholesterol levels and normal blood pressure. His doctor gave him a clean bill of health at every checkup. Yet when we tested his inflammatory markers like high-sensitivity C-reactive protein, HSTS-CRP, and homocysteine, they were significantly elevated. 6 months later, William suffered a heart attack despite his seemingly perfect traditional markers. Compare this to Ruth, age 84, who had worked with her doctor to track and reduce inflammation through diet, specific nutrients, and stress management. Despite having a family history of heart disease, her arteries remained remarkably healthy, and her energy and cognitive function stayed robust. The good news is that inflammation responds remarkably well to lifestyle modifications, often more dramatically than medications alone. Actionable advice. Ask your doctor to include inflammatory markers like HSCRP in your next blood test. Emphasize anti-inflammatory foods, fatty fish, colorful berries, olive oil, nuts, and leafy greens. Consider an elimination diet to identify potential inflammatory triggers, like gluten, dairy, or processed foods. Manage stress through meditation, gentle yoga, or simply spending time in nature. Ensure adequate omega-3 intake through fish or supplements, with your doctor's approval. Maintain healthy vitamin D levels, which help regulate inflammation. Remember, what you can't see can still affect you. Addressing silent inflammation might be the most important heart health strategy you're not yet implementing. 7. Social connection, your heart's emotional lifeline. The final vital sign for heart health after 70 might surprise you. It's the strength of your social connections. Loneliness and isolation create physiological stress that directly impacts cardiovascular function. Consider George, who, at 77, prided himself on his independence and rarely accepted invitations to social gatherings after his wife passed. Over 2 years, his blood pressure rose steadily, his heart rate variability declined, and he began experiencing concerning arrhythmias, despite no other major health changes. Contrast this with Barbara, age 82, who made conscious efforts to maintain her social circles after losing her husband. She joined a walking group, volunteered weekly, and regularly connected with family and friends. Her cardiovascular health remained stable despite the emotional challenges she faced. Research has consistently shown that meaningful social connection reduces stress hormones, lowers inflammation, and even strengthens the physical structure of the heart. Actionable advice. Schedule regular social activities, even simple ones like a weekly coffee date. Consider volunteering, which provides both purpose and connection. Use technology to stay connected with distant loved ones through video calls. Join groups based on interests rather than age. Intergenerational connections offer unique benefits. If mobility is a challenge, explore phone-based or online communities. Consider a pet if appropriate for your situation. The bond provides measurable health benefits. Remember, Connection isn't a luxury, it's a biological necessity for your heart and every other system in your body. Conclusion: your future is still being written. As we reach the end of our time together today, I want to leave you with this powerful truth. Your body is remarkably responsive to positive changes, no matter your age or current health status. The choices you make today will influence how you feel tomorrow, next month, and in the years to come. Each of the 7 insights we've explored today represents an opportunity, a chance to work with your body's wisdom rather than against it. Quality movement, heart rate variability, restorative sleep, strategic protein timing, appropriate exercise intensity, inflammation management, and meaningful connection. These are the levers that can transform your experience of aging. I've witnessed countless individuals in their 70s, 80s, and beyond reclaim energy they thought was lost forever, strengthen hearts they believed were permanently weakened, and discover a vibrant new chapter they never imagined possible. Your chronological age is just a number. Your biological age, how your body actually functions, is surprisingly fluid and responsive to your daily choices. You have more influence than you might realize. As we part ways today, I invite you to take one simple step toward better heart health and energy. Just one change, implemented consistently, can begin a remarkable transformation. Perhaps it's improving your sleep environment, adding protein to your breakfast, practicing 5 minutes of deep breathing, or calling an old friend. What will your one step be? I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. Your insight might be exactly what another viewer needs to hear. If you found value in our conversation today, please consider subscribing to our channel and sharing this video with someone who might benefit. Together, we're creating a community of wisdom, support, and empowerment for this extraordinary chapter of life. Until next time, remember, your heart is listening to everything you do. Treat it with the love and respect it deserves, and it will carry you faithfully through many more beautiful years ahead. Thank you for spending this time with me today. I'm truly grateful for your presence and attention.